In what way can we face some of these problems that I've already talked about? If we want to fix some of these problems affecting student standard, is to make sure to give teachers equal pay. And that will prevent teachers from moving from one area to another within a short time. The turnover of teachers will not be so great. But if you pay them very low, and with the differential payment, teachers will search around and move very quickly from one school district to another school district, which end up in a particular school having 4 teachers in a classroom in a year. That affects students' learning. And also, having substitute teachers to take care of the students over the year affect the students' standard. And so, if teachers are paid based upon qualifications and experience, that will work. And that will be more helpful to the students. So we have to do that. That teachers must have equal pay. With equal pay, teachers will be more willing to sacrifice to help the students. Therefore, with equal pay, I would say every teacher, to be highly qualified, must have a degree in the subject area that teacher teaches in a high school. In addition to the subject area, that teacher must also have educational degree. That will make the teacher a highly qualified teacher. With a degree in the subject area and a minor, major and a minor, and a degree in education, makes the teacher a well-qualified teacher. If there are other people who have higher degrees, like in mathematics, in sciences, in other social science subjects, and they want to be teachers, hire them and give them a decent pay. And they can work out the process to get the education degree so as to become professional teachers. And that will make them highly effective. Also, we will ask our government, are they willing to spend a little more in education with specific reference to the inner city schools? If they are willing to spend more on education, then we will say they should build boarding schools in the inner cities in America. There are some societies that have boarding schools. If we have boarding schools in the inner city, there will be less students going into the juvenile homes. Juvenile crime can be cut down if they are in a boarding school. But because they go back to the same community, and if the community is bad, there's nothing one can help. But if they're in a boarding school, spend about 3 months in the school and spend 2 weeks holiday Christmas time, and also 2 weeks Easter holiday, and probably 1 month summertime, will always keep the students in check and make sure that these students are kept in such a way that they will develop a unique culture in the school system to come out as unique individuals to build American society. So if authorities want education to be better, particularly with the inner city schools, there is a need for boarding schools. Think about that. Then also, we have to eliminate the community-based education because it's so limited. In another way, we should also encourage male teachers in the middle school and the high school, and also at the elementary level. I do not say that more female teachers are not good, but if there is a balance of 60% females and 40% males, there is a balance here. But if you get a school with about 90% females and 10% males, that way students that come from single parenthood, they find it difficult to adjust. So you want to give the student everything that entails in education. Encourage the male teachers. Encourage males to be teachers. And put them there alongside the female to raise the children. Because today, in the United States of America, the family had failed the students. Religion is failing the youth. Mass media is still failing the youth. Peer group is failing the students. So only education. So make sure we have more males joining the females to raise the children for the betterment of the United States of America, so that we can know how to live very well among ourselves and also how to gain the skills we need for financial stability. We must also stop social passing in schools. That's not good. It's damaging the students. It's affecting the standard of education. That's why I suggested that community-based education is not too good, because it brings about inequality. And so, if we have a broad-based educational system, it will help to prevent social passing in schools. Also, I've already talked about common curriculum that can guide all the states and guide all community schools and even private schools to be more standard. We have great intellectuals, they can do the job. Call them and let them lay down a unique curriculum for the United States of America. Now also, schools need safety. They need security. And they need welfare. Security, safety, and welfare of the people of each school district. If we can get it, it's a problem. Today, children can walk into schools with guns and kill teachers and kill their fellow students, which is not good. We need security. If the soldiers that have been to war, when they come back, we can give them that job to guide the schools. Get some guys in the school, security in the schools. We need it to make academic life smoothly for the students. Going to school without fear. Going to school with the idea of learning. Because school is a civilized area. And as a civilized area, we don't entertain foolishness. And with this foolishness of schools being interrupted by guys with guns to shoot anyhow, is affecting educational standard in America. There is much fear sometimes in some school districts. A school district that has faced killing before is always that kind of shiveriness among teachers and students alike. So schools need security. We need it to ensure smooth running of schools. That way, standard will increase. We will be able to eliminate most of the problems that we face today. Voucher system in America looks like Jim Crow's law. Some authorities say we like voucher system. Therefore, we will give you the money to go to any school you want to go. That will improve education in America. So voucher system is being supported by some politicians, by some authorities. But are you really sure that the voucher system will improve standard of education in America? Or can it really help students who are being funded very low to get to schools that they want? Guess what? Assuming you give students, let's say in a state, every student receives from the state $8,000 per pupil. But that is not the only funding for a school district. Districts have different millage systems. And so some school districts can afford more. Take for instance, we look at Michigan. All students receive about $8,000 from the state. So Detroit students may receive $8,000 as funding. And then in Broomfield Hills, they have additional funding. And they can fund their students with about $40,000 per pupil or $25,000 per pupil. And if you receive $8,000 from your school district in Detroit, you don't fit in. Your money doesn't fit in. So you would not be accepted in that school. So what do you get? All that you will see is people coming with different educational strategies. And some will be sounding good. But the real practice, it is not too good than what you have already. So when it happens, you end up in alternative schools within the same district. It doesn't take you out of your district because your money doesn't fit the other district. So it will lead to the same inequality. It will lead to the same conditions in which you find yourself. You are now even in a more predicament. Because when you are given the money, you're given the choice to take to any school. If there is a Catholic school or a mission school in your school district, and you are given that money, and that mission school is willing to accept you, that will be better. Other than that, all educational approaches will be the same like what you already have. So voucher system, to me, is not a better way of improving. Instead of voucher system, broaden the educational levels. The district must be broadened by a county basis and allow students to move from one city to another city according to certain percentages allotted for each city. And when that is done, it will be a better way than the voucher system. The voucher system doesn't take you anywhere. There are private schools that are more expensive. And the people that go to that expensive private schools are children from affluent homes. So when you are giving your money, it doesn't fit that school. So you are stuck to your community-based education. That's why I say voucher system is not the proper way of addressing the problems facing the United States of American educational system today. It is better to tell those authorities who believe in charter system as a way of alleviating the problem, rather they are going to compound the problem. So voucher is not a solution. If we are talking about public schools, charter, it's not a solution. Voucher system is not a solution to the problem, because you will end up in alternative school, which is not better than your public school.